What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Kaiza-Sama, and we are back with another Dragon Ball Daima episode review. If you guys are new here, drop that like and subscribe. I do greatly appreciate all of the recent activity that I've been seeing with the channel. We have had some little steady growth within the past few days, so I do greatly appreciate all of that. Make sure you turn on the post notifications so you are aware when I drop videos. But let's go ahead and dive into the episode review. Now, we are basically picking up right where we left off from episode 3. And as we all know, Glorio, he had his spaceship hijacked by the demons from the night before. The same ones that Goku had defeated. They wanted to get their revenge back on them. So next morning, that's when we see that Glorio, E Supreme Kai, and Goku, they have to end up walking to Glorio's Demon King. And once they start, they have to not, too long into their journey. They have to basically hop over another dark chasm of the dark abyss that Glorio has talked about. And basically there has to be there's other dark forces that like hide within these chasms, because we do see this huge demon come out of the chasm and he tries to consume Goku. And once he, attempts to, Goku, he jumps out of the way at the last minute, and they see how big it is. And we basically see Glorio, he wants to take the liberty of just taking the demon out pretty easily. And the way this man Glorio moves, I'm trying to tell y'all, this man is not normal, bro. Like, there's something up with this man, because the way he moves and the way he fights this demon, he puts it down, without using any type of like ki blast or anything like that. He really just goes up to this thing and just hits him with like straight combos. And the reason why I say Glorio is not normal, and like by the way he moves and the way he fights this demon, you can just tell there's some type of like hidden power to him. That's basically what I'm getting at. When I say that, I really do mean it, dude. Like, I don't want to say he's like angelic or has any type of, of course he's a demon, so there's nothing angelic about him. But you can tell there's something similar to like Supreme Kai type level. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to him. And even after the fact, Goku even states, you might be even stronger than the E Supreme Kai. And he even gets a little bit, he gets a little bit embarrassed and kind of offended, because E Supreme Kai, he kind of, he takes liberty and knowing how to, defend himself, of course. But as they continue on their journey, they do end up coming up against another threat, and Goku can sense it before they even come up on it. And, he points it out to him. But once the threat jumps out, Goku is pretty much prepared to run up on him. He knocks him out pretty quickly. And, as for the action in these episodes, it's been pretty consistent. They haven't been just super long fights, but they've been, like I said, consistent fights. There's pretty much action within the last 3 episodes, at least, you know what I mean? From 2, 3, and 4, there's been action in all 3 of those episodes. So, once Goku takes him down, Glorio, he ends up asking Goku, how did you know the demon was like behind that little canyon? And Goku explains to Glorio that he can sense his ki. And Glorio surprisingly doesn't know what ki is. And Kai explains to him that he can basically sense like a invisible sort of energy around people. And Glorio, kind of, shrugs at it, but you can tell he keeps it in the back of his head, you know what I mean, for like a later thought. And like I said, it is pretty interesting that Glorio hasn't like heard of ki, at least heard of it. So, but once they get to another, short part of a distance, they end up bumping into this little shop, and it's basically this little demon couple. They're running this little kind of like souvenir shop, and kind of like a little cafe area. And after they sit down and eat, and this man Goku eats a freaking skewered lizard, bro. Like I was like, yo, and he actually thought it was good too. I was like, yeah, this man Goku will literally eat anything, bro. Like dead ass. If you throw some season on it or something, Goku gonna he gonna eat that shit. But once he's done eating, Glorio, he's trying to find a ride, and he talks to the lady's husband. They don't really have names. That's why I was trying to think if they actually had names. But Glorio, he talks to the guy, and he asks him about another sky vehicle, but he doesn't have one. He has an alternative called a sky seed. And what it literally is literally a seed that flies through the sky. And it only goes a certain amount of distance. And I'm guessing there's certain sizes of these sky seeds because they ask, or Glorio, even goes out of the way to ask how far does it go. So it leads me to possibly believe that there could be other sky seeds out there that have, like I said, just like different sizes to them, or different size catapults or something like that. So that could be a factor that we might see later on. I'm not too sure. Being that it was just something that was like a momentary thing, of course, we're probably going to see more of the spaceships later on within the seasons. For them to explain what it was, though, I feel like we might see it one more time. But we do get a cool little scene, though, where Goku, he's taking a look with the Supreme Kai at these little candy things that they find in the back of the souvenir shop, and they end up being actual bugs. And once Goku he takes a closer look at it, and he's like, "Oh snap! There's bugs in there." And E Supreme Kai, he's like freaked out, and the lady, she walks back there and she explains to Goku that these bugs aren't ordinary bugs; they're actually meta bugs. And each of these bugs has like some different to them. They have like a different medical like value to them. So the one that Goku was holding at the moment was basically the equivalent of like a sensu bean. It would bring you back to full health, rejuvenate your stamina, anything like that. Then she had other ones for like skin and like beauty, and one for like I forgot all the different meanings, but she basically had metabugs for just different type of like medical uses, and it was pretty cool. And of course, we get to the green bug. This was called the join bug. Now, I know a lot of people took note of this because this join bug, she explains that two people eat the halves of the bug and they can fuse together. So she didn't explain this for no reason, people. We are going to see Vegito. Daima Vegito is coming. I'm telling y'all. I don't know when it's going to come, but there's going to get to a point where we're going to get to a point where Goku and Vegeta are not going to be able to defeat a certain enemy down here in the demon realm. More than likely once they get to like the first demon realm. And something's going to pop up where Goku is going to tell Vegeta, hey, I got this bug. Vegeta going to be like, yo, hey, yo, what the fuck? Yo, nah, I'm not eating no bug, bro. Like, Vegeta is definitely going to have a hard time fusing when this pops up. So definitely keep that in mind. I definitely think that's going to be a funny moment later on in the future. But Goku, he calls Glorio into the back of the store to buy some of these meta bugs. And Goku, he ends up taking them with him on the way for the rest of their journey, just in case. And it's pretty cool because they look like they're actually like appetizing, but then you really think and you look down and they're like, yeah, bro, like they're bugs. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. But being that they're in the demon realm, it makes sense. You know what I mean? They're definitely gonna have things that they're eating down there that are way different than like what we would eat back on planet Earth. So, it is what it is. But they end up loading onto the sky seed and they get catapulted through the air. And once they go a certain distance, Supreme Kai asks Glorio, how are they going to land the sky seed? And Glorio tells them that they basically have to jump off before the sky seed connects with the ground because eventually it'll just crash. So they had to jump off real quick. Literally had to like jump off moments before the sky seed lands to the ground. So once they jump off, they land. Goku, he suggests, that they can fly the rest of the way and they can just eat a metabug. And Supreme Kai is like, nah, I'm good on that. So once they continue their walk, they basically bring up the fact about these Demon World Dragon Balls. And the thing about the Demon Realm Dragon Balls is that there's only 3 of them. They are very different from Earth's Dragon Balls. And once they, really get the information from Glorio tells them that they're not hidden either. They're like all in public, like knowledge, basically. And Goku's kind of, curious as to why that is. And Glorio tells him, well, there's only 3 Dragon Balls, and there's these demon, kind of like, I don't know if they're like robotic figures, but they definitely have like a robotic look to them, kind of like a biomechanical look, I guess. And Glorio explains to Goku that these 3 demonic figures, known as the Tamagamis, they guard the Demon Realm Dragon Balls to a certain extent to where nobody has even had the chance to make a wish with the Demon Realm Dragon Balls. And once Goku hears that, that makes him want to even, compete and want to go get the Dragon Balls even more. But, Supreme Kai ends up reminding Goku, hey, do keep in mind that we're down here to save Dende first. You know what I mean? And Goku being Goku, he incorporates the idea of finding the Dragon Balls on the way to getting Dende. But once they ask Glorio explains that the Tamagami guarding the Dragon Ball within the 3rd demon realm of which they're in is in the opposite direction. So it's like, bro, y'all literally just took a sky seed, y'all flew all this way, and you literally got your spaceship robbed just to say you're gonna go in the opposite direction. Like it's kind of crazy to me, and you can literally get this feeling that Glorio is like okay with it because you can tell he has something in mind to where this is definitely going to benefit him. So it definitely will make you think because there's a certain scene that, once they finally agree on it, Glorio, he turns around and he kind of like smiles. And, the way they get that shot of him smiling, like I said, there's definitely something up with that. But they basically, incorporate the plan of finding these Dragon Balls so that they can wish for the wish of saving Dende and then get back with the Earth's Dragon Balls and then become, their regular size again. So, they agree on this plan, and once they scramble into this next village, it's basically this smaller demon village, very similar to the first one that they flew into. But this one is more of like a community that you can tell is more of like, I guess, like a lower class demon community. And literally Goma has like his, what was it? It was like the demon Teary or it was some type of demon fleet that Goma had actually arrived to this small demon village, and it was orders from King Goma himself that they need to pay new tithes now. Now that King Dabura is now out of commission, so King Goma has these orders that they pay 3 gold coins every time that they visit. Everybody is shocked. They're like, apparently 3 gold coins is not something that you just get easily around here. So everybody's, pretty much freaking out about it. We see one guy, he has enough to pay for it. And then we see that the guy behind him, he only has 1 coin. We see what happens to people that don't have enough. And basically it looks as if they have part of their life force sucked out of their bodies, because they go out of their way to explain that if you don't have enough for the tithes whenever they visit, that they're going to take a certain amount of years off your life. So with that being said, like I just said, they have a literal machine that hooks up to the back of your neck, and it takes out part of your life force, and it's just insane because for them to be that brutal down there is just that crazy, man. It's really crazy. Like, once you really get down to see, like, the third demon realm is, I feel like it's more crazier there than it is in the second and first. I feel like once we reach the second and first, we're going to see a huge, shift within, like, class treatment and whatnot with the demons, and how everything really flows as far as, like, rules wise too. Because I definitely don't feel like Goku is going to be able to just go around and do things as freely as he does in the third demon realm, like he's doing right now. But we see that they can take life force away, and Goku, he ends up getting involved. And once he does, he ends up fighting the whole fleet of Goma's guards. And there was this this little girl, Pansy. I forgot she jumped in too. Pansy, she jumps in before Goku does, and she kind of becomes the big distraction for these demon guards to chase her. And once they kind of got her cornered, that's when Goku jumps in and he becomes a part of the fight. And this is, what is this, the third fight? I wouldn't really consider the demon from the canyon a fight that he handled in literally like a one shot. I wouldn't really count that as a fight. The bar fight, of course, I would say this is probably the second fight that you will see Goku in. It was pretty interesting, though. He still hasn't gone Super Saiyan. So, it looks like we're going to get a good little bit of base Kid Goku, whooping ass in the early parts of this season. But it is what it is. He gives us that good vibe of like a Dragon Ball-esque, Dragon Ball, GT type of vibe. And I'm really cool with it, you know what I mean, to be honest with you, because the more you go on watching these episodes, I feel like the more you really just appreciate it, you know what I mean? And you kind of just get this vibe of thinking about, Akira and this being like his last project. And it's just like, it makes it all that much better to really just take it all in, you know what I mean? And just take it all in as something brand new, something fresh. So, like I said, Goku, he ends up jumping into the fight. He beats up all these demon guards, and E Supreme Kai and Glorio, they drag him away, tell him, now you've, basically become a fugitive. You put a target on your head. And, Goku, he just tells him that he was just trying to help. And Pansy, she ends up showing up right behind him, and she takes off her mask, showing her true self. And that's really all that's said towards the end of the episode. So, with that being said, Pansy, she's definitely going to be a part of this little group now. I feel like she's going to be, joining the journey for like the rest of the season. Whether or not she's going to separate from the group sometime in the future, we don't really know that yet. But for sure, she's definitely going to be joining the group for the next, this next set of episodes that we're bound to see. I definitely think she's going to be with them still when like Bulma, Vegeta, Kaibito, when they all join up and everybody's together. That's when it's really going to be, the big gang is like all together. I'm pretty sure Piccolo is coming too, so somehow they're going to figure that out to where Piccolo can come. They will be taking a different spaceship though than what Glorio was taking, so I have a feeling that they can probably fit more people in the ship that Bulma is bringing. So that's probably the case more than likely. That's just my theory. Um, but my theory with Gorio, he definitely has plans. He definitely has plans. Um, Whether or not they're going to be advantages for just him or they're good for him and Goku, we don't know yet. But we can definitely tell that he has his own agenda that he hasn't really told everybody about yet. You know what I mean? He definitely has, his little diary sitting in his back pocket, with his master plans that we're completely oblivious to, and they're really doing a good job at hiding, what he has a plan for, because they're not giving away too much. They're keeping his composure pretty much the same. He pretty much keeps the same stern face when he talks about things or when he said things. And it's pretty cool to see how Goku and the East Supreme Kai just interact with him. You can tell Kai, he definitely keeps more of this kind of like, he kind of keeps more of like a guard up with him, as to where Goku, we all know Goku. He finds everybody that's, cool or calm, at first, he finds them pretty friendly, and he takes, pretty much, pretty kindly to him fairly quickly. But I feel like that's going to become a disadvantage for Goku later on as well, definitely. My other theory, we're definitely going to see fusion. Like I said, Vegeta is definitely not going to like how they're going to fuse, but we're definitely going to see fusion at some point during the season. Because we already know that they're going to go Super Saiyan. So once they go Super Saiyan and they get a hang of that, there's going to be a situation, like I said, that's going to pop up, and they're going to need to fuse. And with the appearance of these join bugs, are we going to see them any other time in the future of Dragon Ball? I highly doubt it. This could just be something that we see in Daima, being, just because they're down here. So, of course we have the sensu beans and everything like that, the witches back on Earth. So I highly doubt that we're going to see that again, but we're definitely going to see the use of it in Daima so that we can see the fusion. So that is going to be pretty hype. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I do apologize for the kind of stuffiness and pause. Sometimes I feel like my allergies are trying to hit me just at the very last minute, so it doesn't really feel too good. But like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima. And I will be catching you guys in the next episode review and my next gaming showcase. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And without further ado, you guys take care and peace.